Okay. Finally, you're at the Watchmen Way. March 19th, 2020. In the truck, hauling steers. Say hello to my driver, Mikey. Mike Brewer, world champion team roper. Old world champion team roper. It's been a hectic day, guys. Some information from the National Guard in Tennessee, and I believe it is 100% true. They're saying that 48 to 72 hours, they're going to lock the whole country down. They're going to do a quarantine, martial law. There'll probably be curfew. The National Guard's being positioned already all over the country. The storm is here, guys. I think they're going to start arresting. Well, they already have started arresting. I think they started with like MS-13. The gangs that have been working with the deep state to do all their dirty work. Those guys are going down. Remember, I talked about, for the past 6 months probably, about what I thought would happen when they arrested Obama and Clinton. They would release some sleeper cells. That's what Fast and Furious was all about. It wasn't about the Mexican drug cartels. It was about getting the guns in the hands of the radical Muslims. So they were giving the guns to MS-13. MS-13, the deal was they had to bring them back across into Mexico and then bring them back into the United States and deliver them to these Muslim training camps. Well, obviously, if I know this, President Trump knows this too. So what they're doing is all of those guys who were designated in the sleeper cells, they're rounding them up right now. So the biggest thing that I was worried about, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. President Trump is on it. He's been on every single thing that I was worried about that could be dangerous for us. He's 10 steps ahead of these guys. I talked a little bit yesterday about, this COVID-13 and that it's Bill Gates's. He owns a patent on this thing. I 100% believe that China and President Trump are working together because it benefits both of them. China didn't want to get blamed for this economic collapse. President Trump didn't want to get blamed for this economic collapse. The deep state wants it to happen because they think this is the original COVID-19 that's going to kill millions of people. So President Trump will get the economy blamed on him and then, millions dead blamed on him. That would be their only shot to win the 2020 election. Well, they released a strain that is closer to the flu than it is to COVID-19. So it has the mortality rate of the flu, which is we face every year, guys. So basically, the deep state thinks it's a real COVID-19, so they're pushing for the economy to come down. President Trump knows what it is. He's pushing for the economy to come down. So again, they played right into his hands. Brilliant. I can't say enough about how him and the military intelligence and the NSA, I'm telling you, there are going to be hundreds of books and movies about this whole deal. And I've said this before, the last 5 years and the 5 years that are coming, the most amazing time in human history. They're going to be books, movies. They're going to talk about this for the next couple of thousand years. Greatest time to be alive, guys, in history. I wouldn't trade places with anybody. And it's happening right now. What I've been talking about for 5 years, we're in the middle of it. And it's all good. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to worry about. President Trump has this 100% dialed in. And I apologize for the camera guys, but in a moving truck, this is the best I can do. At least I think you can hear me pretty good. The reception seems good. So where do we go from here? Time is short. I think this is probably going to go down Sunday night. They'll have it, probably roll it out Monday, and they may announce it over the weekend. We'll kind of see how it plays out. But everything is good. I mean, like I've been saying, every day I hear something new that just makes it better than the day before. You know, we couldn't write a better script, and it just keeps getting better. The other thing is, cognitive dissonance is rampant right now. You guys know how I am on fear porn, and I'm getting accused of spreading fear porn 10 times a day now. These people are going sideways. They're scared. They're panicked. You know, this is common sense. Just watch one of my live chats. Look at what I'm saying. You know, I'm just basically putting out the same information, right? What's coming. People are so scared, they're going sideways. You know, because they don't want to think about it. They don't want to use their critical thinking skills. They don't want to use discernment. They just want to shut it down. It's not happening. I don't want to hear it. You know, see no evil, hear no evil, right? But it's not evil, guys. It's exactly what we need to happen. It's all good. There's not one bad thing you should think about where we're headed, because we're this close. We're this close to taking down the worldwide swamp and the criminal banking system. And a lot of these guys, even in the banks, I think are going to be executed because they've been a part of this conspiracy to undermine our government and our country. So, like I said, it gets better every day. No reason to fear anything. No reason to worry about it. It's all good.
Recreational.
I'm just checking my notes here. Chase just announced they're closing 1,000 branches right now.
All right.
I think next week, I would recommend everybody, if you've got money in the bank that you don't want to lose, get it out now. With any bank, actually. Any money you have in the bank, get it out. Retirement funds, pension funds, whatever you can get out, get out. Whatever you can sell, sell. If you can get cash for it, don't take any checks, don't take any credit cards. Whatever you can get cash for something that you don't need, do it. Put it all in Litecoin and silver. I'll bet you in the last 3 or 4 days.
What about the rent part?
I've talked to people, and you know, less than 10 people, with probably between them 300,000 or 400,000 that they're sticking into this silver and Litecoin. That's what I mean about everyday matters, because as this goes on and people are starting to understand that this is just the flu, this is fake, they're starting to realize it's time. It's time that they need to do something. They need to protect themselves. And that means getting some assets outside the system. Even if it's 10%, right. You got to do something. Yeah. Physical silver, Litecoin. I'll post the link. Physical silver at JM Bullion or SD Bullion. Talked to probably, like I said, several people today. It's still available. I think they're running out of, you know, the dimes, obviously, which we knew that was probably going to be the first thing to go, because there's a much more limited supply of that stuff, because they're, you know, 64 and older. So if you can't get dimes, get quarters. This is 90% silver, under junk silver at the bullion dealer. So when you go onto the websites, you're going to look for the junk silver tab. You're going to get 90% silver coins.
That's fine.
Again, dimes first, then quarters. If they run out of dimes,
It's me and
you can get halves, but they're... What we're trying to do, guys, is get the things in your hands that are going to do you the most good if this thing goes worst case scenario. And that's why you want these silver coins, because you're going to use them to barter with. If the banks close and you need groceries, if this thing happens next week and the banks close next week, and I don't think that's a certain thing. I think for sure we're going to see martial law next week. We'll just have to see how it plays out with the banks. But if I had any money in the bank, I'd be getting it out today. We still have tomorrow. Here's the other problem, guys, is that we know from the last several months and just a few people in the last few days, if you got $10 or $15 or $20,000 to get out, they're making people make appointments to come back as much as a week later to get your cash. They're worried about a bank run.
Right.
So they're making it hard to get it. Plus the fact, and one of the main reasons is the liquidity's dried up. They don't have a lot of cash. So that's why you need to get on this right away. Because if you've got, like I said, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 you need to take out, it's going to be hard to get it
But now will they show up
by next week. So do what you can do.
They might show up, especially
Coinbase.com, where you're going to buy your Litecoin. Yeah. I've talked to a lot of people today that have Bitcoin. If you have Bitcoin, sell it and buy Litecoin. Litecoin is going to outperform Bitcoin by 30 times at least. I mean, do the math we did last night. I think for the price of one Bitcoin, you could buy over 100 Litecoin. I think it was like 150. Well, just do the math. One Bitcoin is estimated to be $12 million, which sounds great in 4 years, but Litecoin's $3 million. When you pencil that out, you're crazy to buy Bitcoin.
Call me tonight if you need.
Litecoin's going to be a much bigger return on investment.
Good luck.
Don't forget your Ledger Nano S.
Okay, girl. Thanks.
Order that as soon as you can. Things are moving a lot faster than I expected them to. I really didn't think that this martial law was going to come till probably after the 1st of the month. It's the 20th, right? We got 11 days to the 1st, and it's probably going to happen next week. And so after that, who knows? We just drove around. We probably wasted half an hour trying to find a place to eat. Everything is shut down, and they don't have martial law yet. There is some traffic out on the streets, but I think that's going to shut down, because I think they're going to shut down everything. Nobody's going to go to work, I don't think, unless you work, emergency services, police, fire, hospital. I think they're going to shut everything down. I don't think hardly anybody, or 90% of America, is going to be sitting at home. Probably TV's going down, radio's going down. I think the internet's going down. It's sounding like President Trump is going to control the narrative. Mainstream, not going to have a voice. We're going to get our information directly from President Trump through the emergency system they created last year, where we'll get this information directly to our phones. So we're going to get 100% accurate information. There's going to be no propaganda, no slanting it. It's coming straight from the horse's mouth. They're doing this because they don't want any panic or fear. If this went down and the mainstream media was up and running, you know what they're going to do. We've seen what they're doing right now with this virus. It's all President Trump's fault. It's lunacy. I mean, I saw him today. I think it was a clip from last night. But they're basically trying to to call him a racist because he's calling it the Chinese virus. Well, this came from China, Wuhan. It's not disputed. The biolab in Wuhan, China. So yeah, he can call it whatever he wants. That doesn't make him racist. But you see how they're trying to shape the narrative to make President Trump look bad. It's all about trying to take him down before the election. All the Watchmen know that's not happening. And here's the bottom line. With what's going down right now, President Trump, they're draining the swamp, guys. The financial system, they're cleaning it out. President Trump wins 2020 with 90% of the vote. When the world sees what these globalist satanic doing, and remember, 800,000 children a year go missing in the United States. That's not that's not a misquote. That's a fact. You can Google it. And that's not just 1 year. This is like the average for the last 10 years is 800,000 kids. That should shock you. They scream bloody murder about 40,000 gun-related deaths, and the huge majority of those are suicides. That if a person wants to commit suicide, they're going to do it. So the guns have nothing to do with that. But they try and gin up that fear and sentiment against guns and gun owners when it's really not even an issue. We're talking about 40,000 and really only 20,000 or less that you could even relate to real gun crime. But 800,000 kids go missing a year, and there's not a peep from a politician or the mainstream media. You know why? Look who went to Pedo Island. Don Lemon, Jake Tapper, Chris Cuomo, our CNN buddies, all went to Pedo Island. You know why they're screaming bloody murder? Because they got them on video. Because I'm betting all three of those guys get executed. They've got video of them torturing and murdering children. Anybody guilty of treason, guilty of murder, I think they're going to execute. At the very least, they're never going to get out of prison. They're going to be a gitmo forever. And honestly, they probably wouldn't want to get out of prison, because just imagine, all of this information is going to be available to the public. You're going to be able to go on a website and see this evidence. You're going to be able to see these videos. Can you imagine the people that have lost their children over the last 10 or 15 years when they find out what's been going on? What do you think they'd do if they saw Chris Cuomo or Jake Tapper on the streets? They wouldn't last very long. And again, I'm not promoting violence. I'm just making a prediction. Any of these satanic pedophiles get caught in the street, they're not going to be around very long. Where am I going to go from here? It's all good, guys. All of these things have to happen. The economy has to come down. These pedophiles, we have to eradicate them. We can't allow this any longer. God doesn't want it. President Trump doesn't want it. It's not going to happen. The American people, when they find out, aren't going to want it. And the world unites around President Trump when this happens. When they see the video, when people see the video of what they've been doing, it's over. Like I said, I've said this before, I lost probably a couple hundred friends in the Bay Area who are Democrats because of what I've been saying for 5 years. Not one of them will ever vote Democrat again, because they've been ignorant, right? But they're not those type of people. You know, the CIA's run studies on this, and they figure only 3 to 5% of the population would ever vote for Clinton or Obama when they found out what these guys have been doing, right? The people that are sick, that are mentally ill, is 3 to 5%. The rest of the world is going to unite around President Trump. When they find out why the media has been attacking him so viciously the last 4 years, it's all because they knew that he was coming for them. And they knew it was either him or them. Well, it's going to be them. They lost this battle. They lost this war. It's over for them. These people who've been controlling us since Babylon is finally coming to an end. This is going to go down as man's greatest accomplishment in history, defeating this evil, because the odds were stacked so greatly against us. There's no way we should have beat this. I mean, they had us. They were this close. Hillary Clinton gets elected and millions die. Not going to happen, guys. It's over. They're done. Their day is done. So now we have to worry about the things that we can control over the next few weeks. We can control who we talk to. We can control who we reach out to. Every person matters. Every person we reach is changing the future for their families, changing their lives. What we're doing is life-changing for these people and what they're going to end up doing for themselves. Physical silver and Litecoin, guys. That's what God showed me to protect us against what's coming in this economic collapse. Got to have assets outside the system, out of the banks, out of the stock market. Like I said, if you can get money for stocks, get money out of your pension fund, I don't care if you have to take a penalty. Number one, I don't think you're ever going to have to pay that penalty. Number two, you're going to, when you do the math, and let's say you had to pay the penalty, and say you get out $3,000 or $4,000, $5,000, and you split that between physical silver and Litecoin, you're going to be a millionaire. You know, pay the $10,000 penalty. And it wouldn't be that much, I don't think. But listen, a reset is coming. They're going to have to wipe out all debt. You know, your car payments, your mortgage payments. If you own a house, you're making payments on a house. Look what happened in Italy. It's happened in 3 or 4 countries now. They're already suspending mortgages. I think before the 10th. Okay, your mortgage is due on the 10th of the month. If you're going to pay it on the very last date. Because I'm betting right now, before the 10th of April, they're going to put a freeze on mortgages, utility payments, car loan payments. I think they're basically going to freeze the economy. We know we got $1,000 coming. It's supposed to come the first week in April. And then the first part of May, they're supposed to put out another 1,000. Think of another president who would be doing this. None. You can't name one. JFK probably. Maybe Reagan. But you think Bush? You know, these guys are all globalists. Bush, Clinton, Obama? Forget it. They're going to be working with the UN and the globalist agenda. It's all about taking America down. We were the last ones standing in their way. And guess what? The party's over. It didn't work. They're done forever. I don't want to block my camera here. I'm going to check out the questions here, guys. Last night I think was the longest live chat I've ever done, which was like over an hour and 40 minutes. And it was mostly because of the questions, which is, it's great, guys. You should all be asking a lot of questions right now. What I was going to say, you know, last minute prepping, the things that we can control, reaching out to as many people as we can, trying to get as many people as we can on board with however much time we have left. Last minute prepping, last minute silver purchases, last minute Litecoin purchases. You guys can't wait. You know, it's probably some people are going to get caught in the trap where they try to open an account, and we know they're kind of holding those accounts for several days, and it goes down before you can even buy Litecoin. Do what you can do now. Don't wait for anything. Push this stuff through because we don't have much time left. And once this thing blows up, you won't be able to buy Litecoin or silver. The markets are going to freeze. No one will sell it because the prices are going to be going up so fast. So do it now. Do it tonight. Do it tomorrow. Don't wait. There's no more time. They said 48 hours to 72 hours. That could be tomorrow or Saturday. Don't waste a minute. Use every minute you can for something positive. That's what we control. We can't control what's happening or when it's going to happen as far as this swamp takedown and martial law, but we can control how we're reaching out and how we're getting ready for this. So focus on the things that we can control. Okay. Susie's red pilling her family right and left. Amanda, how you doing? I think they're going to have it worse on the East Coast too, Michael. It's all good, guys. It is what it is. If you listen, the better prepared you are, the easier this is going to be. So get prepared. I know all the Watchmen are. Let's try and get our families, our friends, our relatives up to speed as quick as we can. Michael's been on the phone all day with people. That's the same with me, guys. In the truck, I was on the phone all the way down. I must have had 5 or 6 calls today, at least. Michael's late. No worries, Michael. Donnie, how you doing? Scott, how you doing? Danielle, what's up? Danielle's auto pay contacted her because they couldn't get her money out of the bank. The banks are ready to go, guys. Rita. Oh, 1,200. It's $1,200 and 24 if you're married. Hey, anything is a blessing because I never expected this. This is another way that President Trump is ahead of the game because he knows that a lot of that money that he's doling out is going to go into precious metals and cryptocurrencies. He's doing us a favor here, guys. Amanda, how you doing? Scott, what's up? Prepping and praying. That's right, Danielle. Yeah, remember, it's about planting seeds. Don't worry about getting in arguments with people. With this rampant cognitive dissonance, you're going to get in more arguments. But we've planted a seed. As soon as that person wakes up to what you've been saying, they're going to be calling you. You got to be ready, guys. The tsunami is coming. Our phones are going to be ringing off the hooks. Get some sleep while you can, because next week is going to get crazy. Don't forget Mike and Colloidal Silver. Mike Janman, it's like 25%. He produces it himself. 25% of what you pay for it at GNC. Remember, it's a natural antibiotic. Everybody should have it as part of their medical supplies because we don't know. I think we're going to be okay, but we really don't know for sure what we're going to be able to get after this all goes down. Paul, how you doing? David's worried about the Dodger website. Don't worry about it, David. I won't even go there. You know I'm a Giants fan. Teresa, how you doing? You're welcome, Teresa. I appreciate that. Patricia, how you doing? Listen, Patricia is expressing something that a lot of people are going through right now, especially the new people. They're a little bit lost because, and you guys understand, when you first got into this, it was like you really have to fumble through it because there's so much information over such a wide scope that it's really hard to get a handle on it. It's massive, the information. You really should know. Anybody who has questions, I put my phone number up again it's 707-696-4188. I'll put it in the comments section. If you have any questions at all about anything, call me. Don't think you have a stupid question. There are no stupid questions when it comes to this stuff. It's uncharted waters for most people. This is stuff that we never thought we would have to deal with. Just think about it. People that work for the government, trying to take our government down, people like the Pope, the Queen, and former presidents torturing and murdering children. Did you ever think that we would have to deal with this? It's devastating stuff. So don't think that you have a stupid question. Anybody that needs help, call me. That's what I'm here for. You're welcome, Kelly. Kelly had a group of several people, and we did it, and we had me on speakerphone. So you guys can do the same thing. If you've got a group of neighbors, and this would be the best way to handle this. If you've got a lot of people that are interested, make an appointment, call me. We can set up a time where we can get a group of people together, put me on speakerphone, and I can answer everybody's questions. So that's a good way to go, the way that Kelly set it up. The other thing we have to be thinking about, they're talking about everything going down, TV, radio, internet. If there's anybody that can think of another way that we can keep these live chats going, let me know or let Lisa know, because it would be great. I don't know if we're going to be able to figure it out. I don't know if they're would allow it to happen. But if anybody has any ideas, we're all ears. Let me know. Yeah, I think they're going to hang him, guys. Paul's saying the guillotine. They had guillotines they were going to use on us. That's a fact. All of this stuff's going to be coming out, guys. Justin's asking if the wallet on Coinbase is secure. No. Here's the problem with Coinbase. Coinbase is an exchange. It's the most stable, I think, crypto exchange that I know of, in America at least. But the problem is that they could go down in a couple of instances where there would be a run on people pulling money out of the crypto of Coinbase, of the exchanges. That's why you have to have the Ledger Nano S. What you're going to do, you program your Ledger. You're going to go in to Ledger. You're going to open up your Litecoin wallet. You're going to get that address. You go to Coinbase. You go into your Litecoin wallet at Coinbase. You go to the SIN portion. You put in your Litecoin address for your Ledger. You ship one coin to start to make sure the transaction goes through. Then you send everything else. Once you get it into your Ledger, it's 100% secure. You can't hack it. As long as you don't lose your Ledger, you're fine. Or, of course, obviously your password. We talked about this yesterday with a couple of people. You got to have a safe place to keep your Ledger. You got to have a safe place to keep your passwords. You don't want to keep them together. Think about that. Just for example, you go to the movies one day, you come home, your house is burned down. What if you had your Ledger and your passwords in your house? You lost everything you worked for. Got to keep them separate. The other thing is, you got to keep that seed code. the seed code is really important because you can actually lose your ledger. As long as you have that seed code, you can retrieve your coins. Anybody has any questions, let me know. Darren, how you doing? Cheryl, what's up? The mainstream media is disgusting. 100%, guys. Cody, how you doing? Lisa, hello. Cody, what's up? Yeah, just wait till next week and you see the traffic. They're going to be ghost towns. Going to be like China was. They shut everything down. Oh, remember, guys, another important point. If you're going to open a Litecoin account with Coinbase, you got to have a major bank. Citibank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, or Chase. That's what you need to open a Coinbase account. If you have a little credit union or small local bank, it's not going to work. You're wasting your time, and there's no time to waste. So open an account tomorrow if you don't have one with one of those banks so you can get your account open. Teddy, how you doing? Get that account open, Teddy. Cody, how you doing? Yeah, mainstream media's been pretty quiet, huh? They know what's coming. They're on the list. Dennis, what's up? Paul, Terry, Autumn, how you doing? Teresa, hello. Yeah, I'm not driving, but the camera's shaking. It's obviously. Who's got a question here? You're welcome, Teresa. Patricia doesn't know what she's trying to figure out. When you figure it out, Patricia, call me. I think the East Coast is going to have it worse because they're more liberal out there, guys. The more conservative the area you're in, I think the easier it's going to go. Michael's on the phone, doing the right thing, Michael. Good job. Donnie, how you doing? We just dropped off Steers and Escalon, and we're going back up to Las Molinas, Red Bluff area. Yeah, don't be afraid of mixing it up, guys. Don't be afraid of getting in an argument. It's about planting seeds. Buy as much silver and Litecoin as you can. Vitamin C, good idea. Don't forget the carbon 60, guys. Buy it at Amazon. Good and cheap. Carbon 60 and olive oil. Teddy, what's up? Teddy got Coinbase to accept Town and Country Bank. Not even sure where that is. But listen, guys, it's okay tonight to go ahead and try and open an account with whatever bank you have. But I'm guaranteeing you 95% of them aren't going to work if it's a small local bank. You're going to be going to... And that's okay. If you can get an account open, get it open. Joe, what's up? Angela, hello. Well, the medical supplies are going to be different for everybody. But you want the basics, right? You want a first aid kit. You know, any kind of medications you need. You know, Band-Aids. Colloidal silver I'd have carbon 60. all, anything you can get over the counter for sure, ointments and things like that for dressing wounds. Use your heads a little bit. Go to some of the prepping sites and find in those sites, you're going to pick something out, I bet, that you forgot. Now's the time to be doing that stuff. You don't want to get into next week when everything's closed and find out you need something. Think about that today. So, Autumn wants to know what we need. So, colloidal silver, talk to Mike Janman, and then the basic, medical kit stuff, Band-Aids and dressings, ointments, things to clean and dress wounds. That's pretty basic. We're not going to be doing any surgery on each other. Tom, how you doing? Tommy Gonzalez. Military has 30,000 of them. Yeah, Scott's got a good point. Most of our family members, friends, and the way they've got us going now, the husbands and wives are working sometimes 2 jobs. So there's a lot of people out there who haven't had the time to learn these things. So we've got to, I've talked about this last night. I've changed my whole game plan now. I was knocking heads last week, and this week I'm saying what I have to say, and I'm getting out. I'm not getting into those battles because we don't need to at this point. Listen, if somebody's not going to listen to you, go to the next one. Plant the seed and go to the next person. Don't waste a lot of time if you have somebody that doesn't want to listen to you. There's too many people out there now that want this information. It's a target-rich environment. Take advantage of it. Every person matters. Joan, how you doing? Jeannie, how you doing? Jillian, what's up? I believe, Jeannie, you can use your iPad for the ledger, but go on the ledger website. It should tell you for sure. Okay, Jillian wants me to go through the transfer again. So after you get your ledger programmed, you're going to go into the ledger. Ledger Live is a program you're going to go into. You're going to go into your, I think it's under accounts, I think. You're going to open, I think they have it like under, you're basically going to open a Litecoin account in your ledger. When you do that, it's going to give you the address. Copy and paste that address. You're going to go back to Coinbase. You're going to go into your Litecoin wallet at Coinbase. You're going to go to send Litecoin. Then you're going to paste that address into Coinbase. You're going to transfer 1 coin. You're going to make sure the transaction was successful. Then you're going to go back and transfer everything into your ledger. Anybody has any questions, call me. Teddy, if you're having trouble uploading, who do you bank with, Teddy? That's probably your problem if you're having trouble. Yeah, go ahead and call me, Justin, tomorrow. That's fine. Where am I? Yep. Chase closed 1,000 branches because of the virus. Now, the ATMs are still open. Yep. Actually, probably the best time to call me is, 7 or 8 o'clock Pacific time in the morning. Danielle called me at 4 o'clock in the morning the other day, and I answered. I'm usually up by 4, guys. Wait a little bit, though. It's all good. Randy, how you doing? You should be okay with the driver's license. Usually when you have a problem, guys, it's because of your bank. 95% of the problems we have getting accounts open with Coinbase, it's because of your bank. Diane, how you doing? They already started martial law in Kansas, according to Justin, guys. This is going down. Here's the other thing. They could be rolling this out over the next 48 to 72 hours. So be ready for anything. This could happen tonight. It could happen tomorrow. And he's saying it was in certain communities. You can bet they're going to concentrate on the more liberal communities where they expect more troubles from Antifa and BLM. Jeremy, what's up? CFCU Credit Union in Oklahoma works good on Coinbase for all you people from Oklahoma. Barbara, how you doing? Yeah, Jeremy. Here's flipping the switch for you. I'm late tonight. How's that? It's payback time. Let's see. Jeremy's saying the pawn shop he's been buying his silver has pulled the silver off the shelf. That's what's going to happen, guys, because when these guys understand, these dealers, how fast it's going up, they'll shut down sales. They're going to wait till it levels off. So it could be weeks before you could buy it again. Danny, what's up? Tessie, hello. Justin's just 15 miles north of the Kansas border. Scott's got a blizzard in northern Colorado. Makes it tough on martial law. Amy is asking if anyone's had any trouble after the download of the upgrade for Ledger. Now, I'm kind of wondering about this, guys. Has anybody else had to upload a new program for Ledger for the upgrade? I didn't have to do it that I remember. I'm wondering if this isn't some kind of a scam. Amy, call me tomorrow if you don't figure it out, and we'll get something figured out. You're welcome, Julian. Autumn had to open a new account with Chase to get Litecoin. That's what you got to do, guys. If that's what you have to do, do it. Yeah, the problem with Teddy is he has to use his webcam that it's not clear enough. Do you have an iPhone? I don't think it works with Androids, but I think you can open an account with an iPhone. Give it a shot. Yeah. Patricia used her phone too. Try that. Yeah, it doesn't make any difference which one of those four. All four of them work. Just whatever's closest, whatever's the most convenient. Yeah, I'll call you, Danielle. Kathleen, how you doing? Ask Danielle what you missed. Thanks, David. Autumn opened an account with Chase and was good to go from the beginning. We are on Highway 5 headed north, guys, from south of Sacramento, Escalon. Yeah, good job. You guys all need to thank David because we've been running around so crazy today. I completely spaced. He called me at like 5 o'clock. Yeah. You're getting the scenic tour of Northern California today, guys. Yeah, see, I didn't have to upgrade either. We need to talk tomorrow. Michael's saying he got an email to upgrade. You got to be really careful, guys, because there's a lot of scammers going on. Don't do anything unless you know for sure that it's legitimate. There's a lot of scams going on right now. This is not good. So Amy had to go back to her previous program, it sounds like, or ledger, and she can't find the Litecoin that was there. Hopefully it's just in a wallet somewhere. Call me tomorrow, Amy, and we'll get it figured out. Teddy's got an Android. Still should be able to take a good picture if that's the problem. Quarantine martial law, 48 hours. Well, so actually Tommy's saying that he was able to open his Coinbase account with an Android. So they might have upgraded the system. You know, I opened my account, I think, 3 years ago. So I'm sure things have changed. So Tessie, what did you have a problem with? Was it Wells Fargo or was it Coinbase? Oop. Danielle got hacked today. Oh, don't accept friend requests from Danielle right now because she got her account hacked. Here's the other thing, guys. This is a note for Watchmen. We should not be sending anything in Messenger that people have to open. The only thing we should be sending in Messenger is text messages. Nothing that you have to download or open. I got burned, I think it was last year. What I thought was one of my best friends sent me something. He got hacked. That's what they do. They hack your friend and then they send you a virus. You think it's your friend, you open it. I don't open anything from anyone in Messenger. You send me something I got to open, I'm deleting it. I'm not open from anybody. Text only. If you want me to see something, post it on the Watchmen page and tag me. Write my name in the comments section and it'll notify me that it's there. I'll go look at it. But don't send me anything like that in Messenger because I'm not going to open it up. So Tessie, what do you mean they're closed? You mean closed for the night or are they closed today? Let me know. You're welcome, Amy. Oh, okay. So yeah, guys, here's what happened. It's not the banks are closed. The lobbies are closed because of the virus. You can still use the ATM. Yeah, all the banks, guys, it's like any other business. Everything's basically shut down. We actually found a restaurant. You know, you're not supposed to be able to eat in a restaurant today, right? It's takeout only in all the restaurants in California. We actually found one we could go sit down. There's nobody there. The guy said, well, you know, it's only supposed to be takedowns. He looked around and says, oh, go ahead, sit down. Jordan knows someone who works for the government. Yep, he got the same message. Jordan got the same message we got from the National Guard, that within 72 hours, there's going to be a martial law lockdown. Again, no TV. It sounds like no TV, no radio, no internet. Ron, how you doing? Okay, guys, that's all the questions. I think I'm going to wrap it up, you know, with this. I'm sure the picture's not very good. Remember, be positive when you're reaching out to people. It's all how you frame this, right? When you're talking to people. You can freak them out the first sentence, or you give them something they want to hear. Great things are coming. Greatest transfer of wealth in human history. Man's greatest age, 1,000 years of peace and prosperity. Start with that and then explain what's going on and what they need to do. You're going to have a lot more luck that way. You know, you have any problems, you need any help, call me. That's what I'm here for. Use every last minute. This is this 2-minute warning for us, guys. We got to get as many more people as we can. We're almost there. Keep pushing. I think I'm going to wrap it up there for tonight, guys. Remember, fear not. God and President Trump are 1,000% in control. I will see you tomorrow night at 5 Pacific. God bless.